Sacramento Republic hosts the energy of Oklahoma City. Both teams without a blemish to their records. Should be a fun one in Northern California on this Sunday afternoon. Today's match brought to you by UC Davis Health. And with me as always is Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister. Thanks for joining us here at Papa Murphy's Park. Well, Kevin, OKC off their best start in club history after wins in consecutive weeks. Meanwhile, Sacramento comes into today with 4 points. Both teams looking to get a victory here tonight, but should be a great atmosphere for Sacramento on this afternoon match.
No doubt, it's a perfect day, perfect weather. I love these afternoon matches. Really want to see the Republic come out today and be difficult to play with at home at Papa Murphy's Park. In order to do so, I think they need to take some things from last week, what they did well. Thought they defended really well. A couple times, Colorado Springs did get behind them, but fortunately for Sacramento, couldn't finish. And I want to see Sam Warner be dynamic on the outside. Sam's contributed to both goals that Sacramento's had this year, and we need more of that. And obviously a great, cool, calm, collected finish by Cam Iwasa. Need to see a lot of the good things from last week into this week, and hopefully we get a result today. Should be a good one.
The weather is fantastic today, and both teams are ready to continue their hot streaks to the start of this season. We'll have your starting lineups, players you want to keep your eye on. That's all coming up after the break right here from Papa Murphy's Park. Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park alongside Kevin Goldthwait and Rob McAllister. We continue on the pregame show here. Let's take a look at our Consolidated Communications matchup of the afternoon. And we begin with OKC's Deshaun Brown. What a start to the season this young man is having already for his club. 3 goals in 2 appearances. The former MLS Rookie of the Year runner-up is showing that he has all the skills to be a star here in the USL.
100%. He's got a great resume, like you mentioned. Runner-up for the Rookie of the Year in the MLS. Played in China, played over in Europe as well. Settled here over the last year or two, and is a big threat up top for these guys.
And let's take a look. We'll have an issue trying to contain him here this afternoon. Will be Harris Hansopoulos along with Declan Kane, and the 2 center backs here really should be our key matchup. Harris has a goal here on the season, but it's going to be his defensive play that will be key here today.
Yeah, Hansopoulos, I like to key in on him against that Deshaun Brown, as well as some other players up top for OKC. But also, don't forget Declan Kane and Shannon Gomez and Mitchell Tanner. All of these guys are going to have to step and cover and work together at the same time and be on the same page and communicate to be able to contain a guy like Deshaun Brown.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups here. Quickly, Sacramento going with Iwasa and Bonoma up top, Gomez and Tanner out on the wings, and then Elliott Horde in the midfield. Let's take a look also now at OKC here, and no surprise, as with Cody Lorendi out, it means Brian Byers will get his first start of the campaign. Made 8 starts in 2018. Going to be a challenge here for Brian Byers as the 27-year-old Oklahoma City native gets his first start of the season.
Yeah, this should be something that the Republic and Simon key in on a little bit. You got to challenge this guy quickly. Make sure you know that he's going to be up for it. So I like to see Sacramento try to get some chances early in this match and see if Brian Barnes is up for it today.
Well, we're just about underway in a beautiful afternoon in the capital of California, as it'll be Alexi Bossetti, the Jamaican who played in the 3rd division of France just a season ago, already a key contributor to this OKC side, has an assist in the early go, and the whistle blows, and we have begun here in the city of Sacramento on a quick angling ball. This is what you'll see a lot of this afternoon, Kevin, is angling balls trying to break lines, looking for Deshaun Brown up over the top.
Yeah, we've seen OKC do a lot of that in the first 2 games. And really what that means for Sacramento is when that ball's played up, you got to have your Hansopolos or your Deco Kane and your 2 big guys, maybe even Mitchell Tanner, going up and challenging that ball. But it also means someone's got to step back and cover. And you can't have 2 guys going for the same ball. So it's all communication and knowing when somebody's going to step and when you got to cover for them. And that long ball should be relatively easy for Sacramento to deal with just because of the height and aerial ability, I think, of our back 4. So excited to see that matchup and how that transpires here today.
A lot of quality center backs here on the pitch this afternoon. Atiba Harris, former FC Dallas standout, one of the better center backs of his day. He's here in his 2nd season with OKC as well, anchoring that back line that has allowed just 2 goals on the year. Quick touch from Bossetti off the chest. And Hansopolos again showing his skill. And back to Hully Ward.
Talking about their center backs, Atiba Harris. Atiba Harris is a guy that played striker for Dallas and MLS, 6-7 years ago. Solly's kind of worked his way back to midfield, and now look at him playing center back. So I think it's a credit to Atiba in his longevity and being able to stick it out and adapt to different positions and see him play center back now. He's got a big, lengthy body. He's good in the air. He's all knees and elbows. I used to play against Atiba, and I'd always come out of those games licking my wounds just with bruises all over my body.
So technical director Todd Donovan just was recently married, had his ring taped up, said he took an elbow from Atiba in a match, and to this day he cannot take the wedding ring off. That was over a decade ago.
That's right. I mean, Atiba, he's got a long career and a great player, and really interesting. I love seeing him playing center back because it's just such a flip of the script, if you will. And I hope he gets a taste of his own medicine with Bonoma up there with arms and elbows, and so it should be fun to see Atiba today.
Well, let's take a look at your Chevy keys to the match, brought to you by Greater Sacramento Area Chevy Dealers, as that ball is sent toward the end line.
I think wide play is going to be really important here today for Sacramento. You got Sam Warner on the left and Elliot Horton on the right. Both goals have come from Sam Warner in this campaign so far, so I want to see him get involved in that attack, serve balls in the box as quick as he can, as early as he can. And communication, still early in the season, I still think it's so vital for these guys, for the Republic, to make sure they're talking, communicating, and working together. And finally, momentum. You got a win last week on the road in a tough place to play. You're here at home on a perfect day, absolutely perfect weather-wise to play out here on a fun Sunday afternoon, good atmosphere. Use that momentum from last week and get a result here today.
Till out here from Shannon Gomez, playing the left back position today. He'll have his work cut out for him. Omar Gordon, the 27-year-old fellow striker from Jamaica. 3 Jamaicans up top for this OKC side. He was with San Antonio just a year ago. Williams with the cross to Tainer, to the head it goes. And Sacramento will be dealing with a team that likes to counter and play along those right and left flanks, particularly this right side is where they feel the most strong sense of their ability to get into that final 18 and work in for a goal and looking for Deshaun Brown or either Omar Gordon.
And if they're trying to work this right side, I think they need to think twice about it, because you got Shannon Gomez right there. We've seen Shannon Gomez, whenever he gets beat, he's so quick and so pacey. He can get himself back and you got to beat him again. So if you're going to be trying to break somebody down, a wide player or a wing back, good luck with trying to break down Shannon Gomez.
Take a look at today's injury report, brought to you by UC Davis Health. Follow UC Davis Health for the latest news, events, photos, and much, much more. Twitter and Instagram at UC Davis Health. And coming back from injury for the Republic after missing last week is William Bajev in the 18 today after a sore hamstring kept him out against Colorado Springs in the 1-0 victory just south of Denver last Saturday. First time the Republic have really been in OKC's final third here, moving forward along their right side. Here's Elliot Horton getting the start tonight. Beautiful cross in, deep ball. Byers has to come out near his 6th line and pick it up.
Yeah, I tell you what, that comes from Kamawasa. Great hold up play in the middle of the park. 2 touches, sprays the ball wide, and a good ball in the box. That's what we want to see Cam Iwasa. I want to see his back to goal play. I think last year was the one area I thought he could improve on, and so far this season, third game in, I think he's done a really good job with that hold-up play, partnering up there with Bonomo.
Today's afternoon referee is Mark Allerton. Kontsopoulos to the middle of the field. Iwasa again playing underneath Bonomo, a role that he has not been familiar with in his season here, or excuse me, his career with the Republic, but something he's had to adapt to in this season. That
seam behind that holding midfielder in the back four for OKC so far here in the first couple of minutes, which is such a dangerous place for OKC to be having some space in front of him, in front of their back four. So like to see Cam try to find himself in that role, in that position. He's got some good entry passes and some good first touches. There he is again, kind of flashing.
So Oklahoma will let you play in the midfield, but they're going to try to send you out to the wide angles, trying to make mistakes, and then they're going to pounce. And they are last in the league in possession. Just 2 weeks ago, they had 82% against, meaning 18% of possession the entire match, Kevin. This is not a team that's going to hold the ball in.
It's pretty remarkable.
There's Atiba Harris, a 34-year-old. Quickly back to Byers, a mistake. Out of play, and the crowd enjoys it. It'll be a throw for Sam Warner and the Republic here on the near side.
So that should be a sign right now for Cam Iwasa and Bonomo. Whenever the ball's going back to Byers, pressure him, put pressure on him, try to get in his head, but don't make it easy for him. Could be an opportunity to try to keep that ball in the final third with poor clearances.
Kontsopoulos, a player not afraid to come up from that back line. But Mitchell Taintor now, second game in a row, he's played the right back position. Strong cross sent into Byers. Cameron Iwasa on that backside making a run with Stefano Bonomo.
Another decent ball in the box from Mitchell Taintor. Does such a good job with both feet, by the way. Typically we see him strike a great ball with his left foot, but he's on that right side now. He's going to be forced to use the right peg a bit. You saw right there, he can hit that ball with pace.
Taintor was drafted 59th overall by Toronto. Spent his first couple of seasons in professional ranks with the USL 2 side for Toronto. Came to Sacramento last year and was a big part of that holding it center back position. There's a lot of partners in and out, and this year he got some reinforced. Kontsopoulos and Deco Kanan signed in the offseason. Byers starting to be tested a little bit here by the Sacramento Republic. Crowd looking for something to cheer about. Here's Deshaun Brown, one of the quickest steps in USL. Mitchell Taintor able to use his size and strength.
Kontsopoulos right there, caught between two minds on how to bring that ball down. Lucky he's got the cover. Mitchell Taintor coming in behind him.
So OKC on the year, 6 points, 2 wins to start off their first 2 weeks of action. They're led by Sam Cook, former assistant with Colorado Rapids for some time. Second season, 14, 15, and 7 overall. Back to Cohen, a bit dangerous as Bossetti applies some pressure. Meanwhile, for Sacramento in his second season is Simon Elliott.
Great build-up play. Nice and composed by Sacramento.
Taintor with plenty of room. A little bit of a cheeky back heel from Callum Ross. A little mistake, a step here from Iwasa. Not able to get there soon enough. But Sacramento starting to apply the pressure here. You see Elliott Horde and company swarming on this OKC side.
It's a good step, good pressure. It's on to go and do it, I think.
Kontsopoulos will be whistled for the foul as Cordell Cato goes down, the winger who just got back earlier this week as he was on the national team with Trinidad and Tobago, taking on Wales in a 1-0 defeat. Did come in as a substitute in that game, so getting some extra run after a busy week for Cordell Cato, along with Mikael Williams also being called up during the international break. OKC also employing a 4-2-3-1. Sacramento has changed formations a little bit here, and almost we see a 4 in the back. There was some sense where you see Mitchell Taintor, there might be 3 in the back, but again, Simon Elliott's gone to 4 in the back, and array of different players in the midfield, almost a 4-4-2, maybe a 4-4-1-1. Here's an opportunity for OKC again. Deshaun Brown and Bossetti, and a big play from Kontsopoulos to thwart the attack coming from the visitors. And in this formation for Sacramento, what do you expect are the strong suits against an OKC side, and where do you take advantage?
I think you have to take advantage of that gap between the back four and their holding midfielder right on the first 10 minutes or so. I think it's large enough where Cam Iwasa has been able to find himself in there. The key now is how does he link up with whether it's his holding midfielder, Ray Sari, or one of the back four guys when they have the ball at their feet and are trying to engage with an entry pass. He's got to connect.
Physical play, Sam Warner. Cato played it forward for Gordon. Gordon and Shannon Gomez going shoulder to shoulder, and it'll be a goal kick for Sacramento. But the pace up top here from this Jamaican trio for OKC is something that Deco Kanan and the rest of his back line are be quite conscious of the entire afternoon. How does a team like that wear you down as a center back?
Well, if you got thoroughbreds like they have up there, I mean, it's just you mentally is where you really got to stay tuned in, because if you give them any more space than they already have, 5 yards instead of 3 yards, it's just going to give them the extra 2 steps to come at you and use their pace to hurt you. So you just got to stay close to those guys as often as much as you can, and don't let them get that full head of steam or even the thought that they want to open their legs up and start taking you on 1v1. You got to thwart that as early as you can.
65-degree day here. Here's an opportunity for Skundrich, lays it up. A lob up, still a chance for Warner, and Iwasa too close, not communicating. Warner still battling, and he'll be whistled for the fouls. A high boot comes up and connects with Omar Gordon.
Good ball in by Skundrich. And that second ball right there. Just poor communication between Sam Warner and Cam Iwasa.
We've seen 3 quality crosses from the Republic so far. Much better attack early on this afternoon.
Yeah, 90 the runs, Rob.
Been saying it for 6 years. See if they'll tune in and listen to Kevin Goldthwait here, who's screaming and preaching for anybody to listen. A good step here from Shannon Gomez, tripped up. See, last touch by Trinidad and Tobago star. And interesting what will happen along this back line. We talk about the competition level and the depthness of this team this year. Gomez at left back right now, but how about Jordan McCrary, the former Seattle Sounder, signing with Sacramento earlier this week. Not only is a strong, solid player who's still fairly young, great quality person as well, and they've just added a big piece to this team here in 2019. Misplayed by Cohen, Gordon looking to step, but what does that mean for this back line? Does Shannon Gomez move back right? Does that mean he's now competing with Jordan McCrary? What do you think here, Kevin?
I think you got options, which is what, as a manager and as a coach and a GM, that's what you always want. I think McCrary kind of fills that void, that left back position that I think Sacramento's been more or less just ad hoc every week, making it work. But now you have a dedicated guy that plays left back, young enough, great resume again, MLS experience. The best ball by Bonoma, but still clears the lines. I mean, I think it's a great pickup, and I think that's the one area, if you look at their resume on paper, or excuse me, their lineup on paper, that's the one, I think, hole that Sacramento's had. Fortunate for them, you've got guys like Shannon Gomez who can fill in very nicely at left back.
Republic team getting deeper, but number one thing that Simon Elliott and Todd doesn't want to see is a lot more goals, at least shots on goal. It's like the quality of looks is still not quite there, and that was the big emphasis in the offseason for this side. Part of that was having to do with their right and left back and their opportunities to get in that final third. Warner and Gomez working well together in the last couple of games. See if they can continue that here. We'll select the official soccer ball of the USL Championship, and many of the finest leagues in the world since 1947. Select has been the leader in soccer ball and quality and innovation. SelectSportAmerica.com is where you can find more information and to get to your very own. Bonomo is going to play it into space. Atiba Harris, 276 MLS appearances on his resume, a big pickup for this team. And how about a guy many players would not make that transition to a center back? Talk about putting your team first and realizing if you want to be on the field, you may have to make some changes to where you've played most of your life.
Absolutely. I mean, through any player's career, minus a few players, I think the minority. I mean, everyone's going to have to make some sort of adjustments from, as they get older, change leagues. It's on that player to really kind of figure it out.
Or you come up in the broadcast booth.
Yeah.
One of the two. And Jordan McCrary, we talked about, he did make 3 USL appearances. One of them was right here at Papa Murphy's Park as a member of the Seattle Sounders 2, which has become the Tacoma Defiance now.
Good ball by Ray. Sorry, I think Sam Warner should have tried to take it out of the fly rather than let it bounce. But still, I think somebody's going to pinch in and try to lock OKC in here. Good chance for OKC to break up.
Gordon cutting back. Sorry in the midfield. Quick step forward. Little space for Iwasa. Iwasa's gonna give it a go. No, he fakes it out. Gonna give it a ride. It's in the net. Number 2 for Iwasa on the year. And a splendid goal at that on this beautiful Sunday afternoon.
I tell you what, Rob, once again, you get a good look at Cam Iwasa right now. He's one of those guys, it's the old John Wooden thought, be quick but don't hurry. Look how composed Cam Iwasa looks on this ball. He's got that, sets up perfectly for the right-footed strike, his better foot, his stronger foot, and slowly, calmly cuts it back to the left, gets his head up, and beats Brian Bayers to that near post with a nice left-footed strike. I tell you what, Brian Bayers probably should be doing better, but calm, and just look at how composed Cam Iwasa's body is. He's not flailing around, not doing anything extra that he doesn't need to be doing. Just puts his laces through the back of the ball and beats Byers to that near post.
So Byers in his first start of the USL season, giving up his first goal in the 16th minute here at Papa Murphy's Park in Sacramento, has their first early lead, the first time that they've had a goal in open field play this season, and now taking a lead. Last time they had come back from behind, and a Hatsapoulos tying the game here at home. And the penalty kick, the lone goal against Colorado Springs, also Cameron Iwasa. But despite all the added firepower, Kevin, how about this from the Sacramento native? Comes up big again for his home team. Already has 2 on the year.
Yeah, I think obviously Sacramento's probably, Simon and Todd Dunnan are probably, relying on Cam to have a similar campaign as he did last year. Tell you what, he's off to a pretty hot start so far. 2/3 of the goals for Sacramento come from Cam Iwasa.
And talking about that new role, that space that he was given just behind Bonomo, in front of him. Teams were focused on number 29. They forgot about 31, and he puts it home. It's 1-0 here at Papa Murphy's Park. Declan Kanan, a little bit of buzz here.
That's that gap. That's that seam again. Cam Iwasa's in. Great ball.
Low cross, looking for Bonomo as Werner, and clearing it away.
Once again, really good build-up. That's, you get Declan Kanan taking the space, taking his space. You see him and Cam right now giving each other the thumbs up. It's a great recognition by Cam Iwasa to fall in that gap, in that seam again. One touch, turns, finds Sam Warner, and Sam Warner one touch serves a decent ball across the face.
Warner into the corner, being marked by Williams and Gordon. Throw for Sacramento.
But I really like, that's the gap. That's that seam that Cam Iwasa, if he can figure it out, you can exploit and really allow Sacramento to break down that back 6. You just eliminate those 2 holding midfielders with that one pass, which is just brilliant.
One thing it's been nice to see with Cam this year, it's almost the maturity has taken just another step from him. The calmness over the ball this year has really been something. It's hard to work on in the offseason, but he just seems in much better control, despite even scoring 17 goals last year. Over the top to Bonomo. One touch, and it's into the 6. Still a chance for Sacramento. Goes down, and we will have a penalty kick for Sacramento.
I tell you what a magical ball by Hatsapoulos. And you see a few times here, you got Hatsapoulos and Declan Kanan recently, both just taking their space as it's given to them. They're getting pressure from the back from Deshaun Brown and Omar Gordon and the likes. But still, great job by those 2 center backs to find the space. And just an absolute worldie of a ball from Hatsapoulos. And a great first touch by Bonomo. Get another look at this right now. It goes down. Some contact right here. Great touch. And clearly Brian Bayers gets Bonomo as he's going away from goal.
So Taravel was also in the neighborhood and came down hard. But you're right, Brian Byers likely the guilty party. So it's going to be another penalty kick. 2 in a row for Sacramento, and it will be their lead striker, Cameron Iwasa. but Taravel is still down on the pitch in the sixth. And we're just talking about the quality of touches from Cameron Iwasa, and broken up, interrupted by another man who we've seen some great quality first touches from Stefano Bonomo. Hasn't been able to get on the end of one yet.
Hey,
but
killer,
the quality of the front line
killer first touch, killer first touch. And here's the challenge right there.
And it looks like Taravel maybe rolled over his left knee. So they're attending to him now. And you might see Christian Ibiaga into this match if Taravel cannot continue.
This is kind of challenging too. I know as a striker, if you're Cam Iwasa, he's been standing on that penalty spot for the past minute or two. Never like to see that. Have more time to kind of get in your own head and debate what you're going to be doing. You just got to make your mind up right now. Make your mind up. Don't change and wait for that opportunity.
Speaking of the offseason, the one thing he said that bothered him the most about this 2018 campaign was the fact that he missed a couple of these penalty kicks, and he said that will never happen again. He was determined to do exactly what you said, stick with that first thought.
Well, let's see what he does. I mean, last week he had a pretty cheeky, here we go.
Here's Iwasa with a strike to the right, and it's now 2-0 Sacramento. What an absolutely calm, cool, collected Iwasa, who now has 3 goals on the season, a brace here today, and he's being mobbed by his teammates on the north end.
Yeah, great start to this match. Obviously 2 goals, but talk about, once again, calm and composure by Cam Iwasa. We saw it last week on the penalty kick where he just has that little hesitation and lets the goalkeeper commit to either side, and it's just a simple pass inside of the foot to the opposite side away from the goalkeeper. Get a look here, that little hesitation right there. Sees the goalkeeper, Byers lean down to his right, just put it the other way. That takes a lot of courage though, Rob. It takes a lot of courage to run up that ball and not have your mind made up in which way we're gonna go. And this is just after we talk about, Cam, make your mind up right now which way you're gonna be putting that ball. Because that was advice that I got. I'm not nearly as skilled as Cam Iwasa apparently. But a great finish and a great penalty. 2 really good penalties by Cam Iwasa over the last 2 weeks, the last week.
So Christian Ibiaga does come into this match, and Nicolas Taravel's day is over after appearing to have injured his left knee on an unfortunate collision that drew the penalty kick for Sacramento. And a tough couple of minutes here. Just 5 minutes ago, it was OKC who looked to have some control and were threatening, and then Sacramento turns this match on a dime, and all of a sudden they lose their key center back, and they've got to go to the bench in Christian Ibiaga and use their first sub of the day. 2 Cameron Iwasa goals here this afternoon, and the Republic with their biggest lead of the season. Ball played into space, but Kevin, we always talk about it here time and time again. 2-0 is the most dangerous lead. But why is that? Is it a mental fatigue? Is there a comfortableness to being up 2 goals to nothing?
There's a little bit, I think the big thing is you get a little bit comfortable, which can lead to some complacency when you're up 2-0. And obviously if that goal happens, if OKC is able to get a goal, then all of a sudden this game and the momentum gets flipped on its head. And, OKC realizes I can get one, well, we can definitely get another one, so let's keep going. So I think Sacramento just got to stay mentally in this game and not get complacent and keep the foot on the gas. Go get your 3rd goal.
Follow Sacramento Republic and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to USL, MLS, UFC, and much more. Join over 2 million sports fans who have already signed up, ESPNplus.com, to get your subscription today. Declan Kanan looking to break a line. Bumped by Williams, and a foul coming. Mark Allerton blowing his whistle.
Silly right there from Michael Williams. Not the smartest position, not the smartest place to do that from Mikel.
Williams with Richmond a season ago, 27 appearances signed in the off season, and the team that skews a bit older, 28-30.
Interesting not seeing Ray Sari on this ball, by the way.
It's Elliot Horde, who also with Dangerfoot. It's going to be Warner going to let him go. It's going to be Horde on the back post looking for an opportunity, as crashing was Declan Hansopoulos.
Good defending right there from Drew Skundrits on that second ball. Not diving in, not fouling anybody. And keeps the ball, keeps possession, but a decent ball in, by the way, from Elliot Horde.
Garcia and Horde battling up. Sorry, getting a little pressure from Deshaun Brown. Gordon With strikers like Gordon and Brown, you never know when this game can be right there. And it's those type of mistakes there that OKC tries to bait you, and they earn the ball back here. Cato into the midfield. Good step by Sari. Crowd loves it too. He's going to move forward, looking for Bonoma to his right. Gets caught up. Ibiaga sends it away. Mitchell Tainter goes down. Whistle will not blow. Got caught up in the spokes of Omar Gordon, who has flipped to the other side here, and Cordell Cato has come to the left side, or the right side, excuse me, with Gordon now playing on the left. Collision as Tainter and Gordon go up. Gordon holding his lower back. And Elliot Hord's going to get at least a talking to from Mark Allenton. Doesn't look like there'll be much more, but maybe a final warning before a card is issued. 2-0 Sacramento. Cameron Owasa with a brace already. A penalty kick in the 21st, but before that, an open play. Found that near post with his left foot and showing his dynamic abilities here in 2019. Cameron Owasa continuing his tear and arguably becoming maybe one of the best Republic players to ever wear the uniform. Skundrich. Back to Deckel Kanan. Captain's armband for this team. Departure of Jeremy Hall. Had an opportunity to bring in guys like Deckel Kanan. A mistake by Hansa-Pelos and Mitchell Tainter not on the same page.
Simon Elliott's not happy with what's going on either. A couple times when that ball's been in the center back's possession. It's a great first touch.
Rafa Garcia, quality player in his own right. Played with LA Galaxy in the years that they won a couple championships for MLS. Did not see the field much, but was quite young at the time. 30 years of age now. Deep cross. Leaves it for Owasa! Throw your hats out on the pitch. We've got a hat trick, folks. 3-0 Sacramento.
I tell you what, 3 goals in about 10 minutes. That's a really, really good finish too. Once again, we talked about those balls being whipped in from the right side. Here we see Mitchell Tainter, not the best ball you'll see, but the runs are there and the bodies are there. And Cam Owasa is being that optimistic striker where he knows that ball's or believes that ball's going to fall to his feet. And a one-time strike and just puts it right off the post, up back post. A great thought process too, and great decision making to go across the face of the goal, inside of the foot. Don't need to blast this ball, don't need to hit it hard. Just simple. Just make good, clean contact on it and just roll it in the back post. And a great first-time ball. That's a tough piece of skill to do. And a great ball by Mitchell Tainter.
Mitchell Tainter with the assist. Porter Tainter. Mitchell Tainter with the assist. So his first on the season.
Tell you what, Cam Owasa can't miss today. Keep pulling the trigger, buddy.
The Jesuit High School alum. Loves playing here on Sunday afternoons. He may ask for more of these matches. What a day for number 31, the Sacramento product. And what a great feeling, Kevin, to be able to play not only for your home club here, but to have the success that he is having. And on an afternoon like this, it doesn't get much better in professional sports.
Oh, absolutely. As an athlete, you got to think, I mean, there's nothing better than that. Play for your hometown team, have some success. Score a bunch of goals. Really cool, really special.
You can feel the buzz and energy at Papa Murphy's Park. We're just waiting for that breakout game from the Sacramento side. Big mistake from Deckel Kanan, giving it to Garcia. He's going to give it a crack and swerves one into the back of the net. And it's now 3-1 as Rafa Garcia scores his first of the year. The 30-year-old from Granada Hills has just silenced the crowd at Papa Murphy's Park.
Yeah, Deckel Kanan. Here's what I would like to see. I see Hansa-Pelos going up to Deckel Kanan right now, just saying, or excuse me, going up to Drew Skundrich saying, hey, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Drew Skundrich just completely misplayed that entry pass. That's a really good strike from Rafael Garcia, going through some bodies, lots of traffic. But that mistake comes from, that turnover comes from Drew Skundrich, not realizing where he is on the pitch and not looking over his shoulder and seeing he does have a player pressing and stepping. This is where this game gets turned on its head. Thankfully, Sacramento got that extra little cushion goal, if you will.
Gordon moving to his left, sends a cross in, leaving it for Deshaun Brown. And it's Hansopoulos. Sam Warner, the midfield's been a bit quiet here this afternoon so far, Kevin. Another mistake. It's Cato. He'll play it out to Williams. Nope, he'll keep it himself. Warner takes it away.
How can you keep the ball now? How can you keep the ball?
And Warner will slow it up and earn the foul. And Garcia is furious.
I mean, who else is furious is Steve Cook over there. But still, I think there's definitely an unnecessary push. I believe that was from Cato. There's no reason to do it. I mean, you got Sam Warner dribbling nowhere. Yeah, he's clearing the line a little bit, but still, silly, just bailed Sacramento out.
Sam Warner, what about the lick that he took against Colorado Springs as his discussion continued with Rafa Garcia and Mark Allenton, the referee. The clip that he took in the box to set up a penalty kick for Cameron Iwasa a week ago, and the fact that he's able to get up and continue that play. There's many players, Kevin, that would not be able to continue the rest of the day and maybe even not here in a week. That was a vicious hit that Sam Warner took.
Yeah, very, I wouldn't call it a clip. I mean, he's going in with a scissor sort of tackle, both legs, both feet exposed, both like bottom of the studs exposed, and just that scissor motion. I mean, really, really dangerous. And frankly, shocked that there was not a red card given. Good chance for sack.
Bonomo, can he capitalize on the mistake? Trying to leave it forward in a collision between Atiba, Harris, and Skundrich.
I like that idea. I like Bonomo trying to go against the grain right there. He's got a good run from Skundrich. Just a little bit too heavy, but a really good idea by Bonomo.
30 minutes gone by, yet 4 goals scored in this one. Cameron Iwasa with a hat trick, has all 3 for Sacramento. Rafa Garcia just minutes ago scoring OKC's first. Ross plays it back to Harris. Harris here to Williams. Williams was in the 18 against Wales. Trinidad and Tobago did not feature. Cato, soft lob in. Cohen calls Hansopoulos off, and that's pretty good communication coming from that back line. And every time you have a back change, a lot of changes in soccer, we know it each and every year, but it seems that Cohen and this back line are really starting to gel together here.
Yeah, starting to figure it out. It's going to take probably a few more games to really get comfortable and confident with each other.
Gomez. Cato leaving it for Williams. Williams comes back to Cato. Williams able to earn it back. Bossetti, he's been quiet today. So critical in the first 2 weeks. Able to pick up wins for OKC, the best start in their club history. But both midfields here for both sides today not really able to have an impact except for Rafa Garcia's goal, who came up in that final third. Garcia, tough player, typically a holding mid for this OKC side. Back to Cato. Low cross for Brown. Brown just not in balance there, sorry. Plays it wide. And Iwasa will try to hold possession and slow things down, but here comes the high pressure from OKC, Kevin. Over the top to Hort. Can he break? Looking to get past Ibiaga.
Yeah, poor decision. Elliot Hort putting his hand up.
Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Sacramento Republic, then click follow. ESPN.com, click follow your club today. Sorry, Ben.
I think you mentioned that pressure. I think the pressure from OKC right now is coming because they're feeling a bit bullish right now. Can get that goal back. Momentum shifting a little bit.
Confidence injected back into this club.
Yeah, you got Sacramento kind of just a bit nervy right now. A couple turnovers. The one thing I think, we talked to Simon midweek, he said he wants his guys to value the ball a little more than they did last week, and I completely agree with it. I think that in order for Sacramento to play its best in situations just like this, you got to value that ball. You got to do everything you can to retain possession. Every time that ball comes to you, you've got to figure out a way to keep possession, value it, and just makes the other side work so much harder. They get more demoralized. The momentum stays in your favor. It's on every player. Every time they get that ball, you've got to make the right decision, and the technique's got to be there start to finish.
Brown whistle for the foul. OKC allowing just 2 goals in their first 2 games, allowing 3 here in the first half on this Sunday afternoon. Tiba and Bonomo continuing to battle this afternoon. A fun one to watch. A soft foul against Gomez.
That's where you got to be a little smarter too, Shannon Gomez. Once again, there's no reason to foul. There's no reason to make contact. Just force that Cordell Cato, maybe just force him to go back.
Cordell Cato has become quite a factor in this match. They continue to try to play it in space for Deshaun Brown. Deshaun Brown started his career with Colorado with Steve Cook at the Rapids. 20 goals in 62 appearances in a couple of years there. Had 10 goals in his rookie season in 2013. And at that time, Kevin, it seemed like there was a star in the making of Deshaun Brown. And unfortunately, it did not continue and was shipped around. Ended up to Europe and Norwegian club, and then on to China, then back to MLS, and then on to Spain and the USL, and here he's with OKC.
A lot of miles.
Good ball to Skundrich. Garcia. Cut off by Gomez. Couldn't stay on his feet. Harris playing up. We'll make sure to join us back here at Papa Murphy's Park on April 6th as the boys in Old Glory Red take on Austin Bull, the expansion side. Kickoff set for 7:30. More information and tickets available at sacpublic.com. Moving forward is Cato, like to play in space to Deshaun Brown with a big swing across goal as Cohen could not get there in time. And again, the pressure from OKC causing some nerves throughout the stadium.
That was really nice build-up play by OKC. It started from the middle of the pitch, some good one-touch passing, back forward, bing, 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 comes out wide. Great little look right here. I think Cordell Cato had the ball at his feet and just slides Deshaun Brown in. Deshaun takes a pretty big swing at it and just pulls it across the face of the goal, but good build-up play by OKC. That was quick, that was technical, and that great ball right there. Unfortunate for Sacramento, obviously, Deshaun Brown just slashes that thing across the face for a goal kick.
Both sides have had some chances here. Sacramento has converted 3 of them. 1 on a penalty kick. Ball moving fast in space for Iwasa. Garcia giving chase. Iwasa's going to go for 4 off the hands for Byers.
Why not?
Feeling good today.
And keep going. That's a great strike on target. Gave Byers a bit of an issue right there. Can't collect it cleanly. You got Bonomo crashing in. Why not, Iwasa? Why not? It's a good ball.
Over to Gordon, into the 18. Looking for Brown. Brown can't stay on his feet. Cordell Cato coming to clean it up. Cato's going to give it a ride.
It's good defending. Good decision there by Shannon Gomez.
And again, let's take a look at this. Cameron Iwasa just feeling it right now, Kevin.
Yeah, see, I mean, that ball's got some pace and bite behind it. Some weight behind it, if you will. Byers can't collect it cleanly.
Right into the sun, too. He's going to be looking to go the other way here in a couple of minutes, and I think he'll be pretty happy about it. It's always interesting to me, Kevin, the decision sometimes for clubs to allow the Republic to go into the Tower Bridge Battalion in the first half. Sometimes it bites them as the Republic have scored 3 goals here. A hard challenge coming from Mikael Williams. And Werner and Williams shake it off. Good play by both. Both strong players. Sam Warner, one of those guys, came over in the offseason along with Drew Skundrich, both playing at Stanford. Todd Donovan, Simon Elliott, both saying, you know, we like guys who know how to win. And there's something to that, winning back-to-back-to-back championships in College Cup that says you know how to win, and you could probably translate it to this level as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The back-to-back, the 3 in a row was just absolutely unheard of in this day and age. But they were able to do it.
And of course, Todd Donovan and Simon also playing at Stanford. And of course, little Robbie say, well, you're only going to recruit Stanford guys now. They said, well, we did get Stefano Bonomo. He is a Cal guy, so we felt like we had to balance it out a little bit here. And for the first time ever, he says in his life, Todd Donovan said, go Bears, after one of the fans here on the fan day yesterday said, go Bears. And he said, it'll be the last time I ever say that. So you have it on recording. It's pretty rare for a Cardinal to say anything in the positive manner for the team across the bay. Here's Gordon looking for an opportunity. It'll be a goal kick, but again, the efforts by Deshaun Brown have to give you some nerves, especially in that final 18 there.
Yeah, they're finding the gaps now. They're finding the seams where they need to be. Cato, Bassetti, Brown, and Gordon. I think Sacramento's got the back four specifically. Just need to identify them a little bit earlier and don't give them, like I mentioned earlier, you can't give them enough space or much space. Make it as hard as you can for them.
Celebrate your birthday or plan your next group outing here at a Republic match. And a big collision going shoulder to shoulder. Atiba Harris flying into the ad boards, and Cameron Iwasa making a statement as he earns the corner kick as well. Go to sacrepublic.com for more information if you have 10 or more folks, especially in a day like this. It is a great afternoon, and what a better place to be. I don't know if you can find one in Sacramento on a day like this. Here's Sam Warner. First corner kick brought to you by Smile Generation. 23-year-old from Bozeman, Montana. Wind blowing in his favor. He'll send this one near post to head of Brown on the heel of Horde. And Horde will come back to it. And here talked about value in possession as Horde and Gordon go up for it.
Value possession. Horde's got to retain that ball.
Warner looking to keep it in play and doesn't as the crossfield pass coming from Tainter. And now Warner.
He's getting a little talking to. I think he played the ball away.
Mark Allerton has made sure both of these sides know that he's in control of this match today. And rightfully so. You know, there hasn't, to his credit, been a yellow card issued, but he's had several conversations with guys. And I think as a player, it's probably the thing you value more than anything. Harris, and look at Bonomo run. Still has the wheels, and the whistle comes late.
That's what I like from Bonomo. I mean, that's your striker that's putting that effort in.
Mistake. Iwasa trying to capitalize. Ibiaga cleaning up his Horde. Horde being held for a moment. He'll shrug him off. Down goes Ibiaga a little too early. Back to Iwasa, and it's Garcia who is there, and the crowd loves the attempt anyway.
Yeah, great job by Sacramento. I think Elliott Horde just not the right decision on that ball.
Ross, great step from
great step.
Gomez has the crowd into it. We'll have to slow and turn away.
Smart, recognize where you are. You got two of you versus three of them. Value the possession now.
Simon Elliott jumping up and down along that touchline. Plays it back. You can never be too sure with Deshaun Brown. Three goals this first half on a hat trick from Cameron Iwasa, scored his first in the 16th. Added another on a penalty kick in the 21st, and then the 27th, the Republic went up 3-0. But this man who just got his toe on the ball, Garcia, was able to score the first and the 29th for OKC, and that's where we stand on this beautiful afternoon.
And this is what I want to see right now. We got a couple minutes left going into the end of the first half. This is just kill the half out. I mean, there's no reason to go and press and take chances right now. I think Sacramento's got to figure out a way. Take your time, kill the half out, and get into halftime with a 3-1 lead. I mean, that's the most important thing in my opinion right now, is not taking chances and be conservative here.
To the head of Sari. Ross. Iwasa giving chase. Put some miles in today. Tainter calling for some help. Will receive it from Iwasa. Being pressured by Gordon from the backside. Linked to the corner. Here goes Horde. He's got Bonomo just behind him and couldn't track it down.
I mean, Cam Iwasa is feeling good today. I mean, that's a wonderful ball. Good look. Just a hair too heavy. But you know what? Him and Elliott Horde on the same page. I love that run. Just in behind, kind of slight diagonal ball.
And stoppage time will be 3 minutes, and it's brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards Program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com. Bonomo to Gomez, being pressured by Cato. Ibiaga, who came on as a substitute as Taraval went down with a knee injury about midway through the first half, is into the center back position. Skundrich moving forward, looking for a teammate. He's got Horde on the right side. Just outside the 18, makes a move, deep post, looking for Iwasa. Here's Warner with an opportunity, brings it back down. Warner cutting in, Warner looking for some space. Warner maybe too many touches, has nowhere to go now. And he'll have to retreat. And we'll try to earn a corner kick, and he does. Smartly done by the Stanford grad.
That's well done. It's really good work from the other Stanford player, Drew Skundrich. Good tackle in the middle of the field, able to take his space, finds Elliott Horde on that back post. Your other winger, Sam Warner, is able to collect the ball, tries to go to goal, but still is able to keep this ball in Sacramento's possession. And the timing of this right now, this is like I said, kill this half out, take your time. Maybe try to get one more look here, but once again, you got to make sure that you are absolutely locking things down and do not let a counterattack happen.
UC Davis grad Elliott Horde. Tainter was able to get a foot to it as it ran out of play and jumps over the ad boards.
Get back, get your shape, get your shoulders right quickly.
About a minute and a half potentially here in this first half of play. All-time series 4-5-2 in favor of OKC, but Sacramento has been very good at home, 3-1-1, with now 10 goals for and 6 against. Tainter will take his time to get back up. Team playing this hot, 2 big wins. Here they come in here, and Kevin, you put 3 goals on them in the first half. That's about to feel pretty good for Simon Elliott and company. Tainter keeps it low. Iwasa, Skundrich. Here's Horde. Horde, a slight deflection. Iwasa tries to bring it down, and it's going to be Werner to clean it up, and it's deflected in. It's going to be an own goal, but it's number 4 for Sacramento, and the crowd here is elated. And how can you not be on a day like this as the Republic put up 4 in 45 minutes and change?
Yeah, once again, that play starts with Cam Iwasa, just with a lovely one-time pass. Comes into him, his back's to the goal. He sees Elliott Horde on his left, lays it out. Elliott takes a touch and a good ball in the box. A bit of a touch from Cam Iwasa. Like I mentioned, he takes it back to goal, spins, gets himself involved. And obviously the strike by Sam Warner, deflection. Good goal, puts it on target. And Sam Warner get on the score sheet. Obviously nothing the Buyers can do from that. Right at the stroke of halftime. What a way to finish.
And it goes off McKeel Williams. You calling that a goal for Warner?
100% goal.
100% a goal. So Sacramento puts up 4 in the half. 3 by Iwasa, another by Sam Warner, and they're rolling here in Sacramento. OKC, when trailing at the break, Kevin, all-time 0-29-8. Simply astounding. Sacramento looked to keep that going We'll have a full halftime show with highlights and much, much more coming up right after this. Enjoyable Sunday afternoon for Sacramento Republic fans as their club is up 4-1 against the visiting OKC Energy FC. Well, these boys are working hard during training, obviously during the week, but it's what they do in the community as well. It's been so special to the city of Sacramento. A couple of them even pulling out the razors to help out those in need.
We're here in downtown and we are shaving heads to raise money for childhood cancer research.
Me, Cam did it earlier at UC Davis, and now Josh Cohen and I came down here, and then we had a Tower Bridge Battalion member, Jane, who raised $2,000 and got her hair cut as well, which is awesome.
Josh, you nervous? Nah, I'm good. I'm nervous to this guy shaking hands, you know?
I need to cut my friend's hair.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Tower Bridge Battalion here.
I've been through all the treatments, and I was fortunate enough not to have to go through chemo, so I would be shaving in honor of the kids and in honor of my sisters who did have to go through chemo. So please, open up your wallets. Let's do this for Sac Republic and Tower Bridge Battalion and Kids Cancer.
Hey, donate more money so he keeps it like this.
Oh, I've got $100. We are on. Jay will pick up all the hair. You can do it. We're over. We are over. We're over. Shake that head. Shake that head. Shake that head.
To see so many people in our club dedicated to doing events like this made me feel really special. You know, it says a lot about our club and about our supporters group, you know. They really do go that extra mile to do things like this for our community.
halftime show alongside Kevin Goldthwait and Rob McAllister. A beautiful 66-degree day in the city of Sacramento. Light breeze as well. And what an afternoon for soccer, and for Republic fans, it's been a great one as well. Let's take a look around the league as we continue with our USL news and notes. And how about this? 38 players from around the USL called up to their respective national teams, and 2 of them on the field here today, and Mikael Williams and Cordell Cato. But also, we haven't really mentioned, was the starting goalkeeper is Cody Lorendi, who's been their star keeper for a couple of seasons now. Not in today's match, and probably pretty happy he's not, actually.
Yeah, I think there's Sacramento, Kamawasa has been banging on the door. Bears might have some Awasa nightmares tonight.
But another big day, a big rival. Reno 1868, Brian Brown continues his streak of play. He has been fantastic as Reno's off to a hard start as well. And Louisville looking to build a brand new stadium. They've already got the virtual tour. You can check it out online as well. Pretty cool to see what they're trying to do in Kentucky out there. Let's take a look. Out of town scores around the USL Championship. Orange County, they're still hanging in there, and Fresno and Reno locked at 1, and that goes final as well. So a couple of good games. I'll tell you what, LA Galaxy 2 last night took another being lost 5-0, and they are in world of hurt. As you saw, Colorado Springs, who we saw last week, put up 3 against them, and you felt pretty good. And man, I'll tell you what, it's a tough times at the USL level for LA Galaxy.
Yeah, they got to figure something out quickly. I mean, the amount of goals that they're leaking is just absolutely astonishing.
Let's take a look at our Western Conference standings. Still a lot in motion, so these are not clearly up to date at the moment. But for Sacramento, they have their sights right now on the top side. So if they continue and would move on with 7 points here today, if they pick up a victory, the Republic would be right at the top of the standing. So it would not be quite a bad start here for Sacramento to be this early in the season, already at the top. We've seen it time to time. It's still way too early, Kevin, but it's interesting to see who's playing well at the gate.
Absolutely. I mean, way too early, but still, if you can be in a third game, coming out of the third game unbeaten, 2 wins, I think that's a pretty good start to the season.
All right, well, don't go anywhere. We're going to have your highlights, which you're not going to want to miss. A spectacular performance from Cameron Awasa. We'll show you what happened in just a few minutes from now.
Camps-clinics to register for more information. And fans, let's check out today's birthdays. Happy 21st going out to Joey Valderrama. Another Republic FC fan celebrating with us today. A happy 5th birthday. Abigail, also a happy birthday to our very own Kevin Aliman. And happy birthday, Nana.
Don't forget, Republic FC fans, all youth apparel and accessories, 15% off at the team store today. So check that out in the market or over behind section 111, 15% off here for Family Day.
Welcome back to Sacramento. Let's take a look at your halftime highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. And what a start it was for Sacramento. And Cameron Awasa getting it going in the 16th minute. He is riding at an all-time high right now. Cool, calm, collected, no matter where he is on the field.
Yeah, it's such a wonderful strike. Does a great job, just a little deke right there, opens it up, finds some wickets, and beats Byers to that near post. But just love that decision right there to cut back to his weaker left foot and strikes a great ball into the back of the net.
So 1-0 after 17 minutes, and they would move on to about 5 minutes later. It's Stefano Bonoma with a great first touch, stays with it, and is fouled, cut down in the 6th as Brian Byers commits the penalty, and it sets up Cameron Iwasa again. 2 for 2 on PKs this year, a brace here on the afternoon on the early get-go. They go up 2-0 in the 21st minute. And then Cameron Iwasa, Kevin, would not be done. Much more work to do in the 27th minute. Takes off a beautiful cross from Mitchell Tainer and puts it to the back post.
Yeah, probably the best of the bunch right there. Good piece of skill, not a big swing. That's what I love, the compact, short swing. Let the ball do the work. It's coming to you with pace. Just redirect it, make good contact on it, and he does a great job. And obviously, follow that up really quickly with an absolute laser of a strike from Rafael Garcia on a silly turnover by Sacramento. And just finds that back corner through a lot of traffic.
And then Sacramento would not be outdone. They'd add one more in stoppage time. Sam Warner would be the 4th goal, and they've been quite consistent today. We talked about possession. Typically for OKC, this is a club that has been below 25% for each match. Not today. They've held it more, but I'll tell you what, Sacramento has the 3-goal advantage and is in the better position overall. It's been a fun match, 45 minutes. Can the Republic keep it going here in the second half? But let's take a look before we get to the second half. Keys for Kevin, your upcoming matches: Tacoma Defiance on April Fools, and then back home on the 6th against Austin, and then on the road in Portland, and then here at Phoenix. Good slate of games. A great chance for Sacramento to continue and to roll at the pace that they've been on when you look at the schedule coming up.
I mean, I think it doesn't matter who's going to be on the schedule, in my opinion. If Sacramento's playing well, it doesn't matter if they're playing away, if they're playing home. They should be fighting and getting results, especially with the way they performed here in the first half of the season.
So Cameron Iwasa, 3 goals. Sam Warner with his first goal on the season. And the Republic take a 4-1 advantage here into the second half. Kevin, we take a look at your keys. You talked about making sure this team communicates. You play in the midfield. So what did you see from that first 45 that worked? We got 4 goals, I guess.
Yeah, 4 goals obviously works, but I think the wide play, 2 of those goals probably do come from with the services in the box. Obviously, Cam's 3rd goal, as well as Sam Warner's deflection. I think there's a good chance for Sacramento to break early here too from the width.
Speaking of the devil, here's Werner. He's into the 18, going to take it over the cross to Bonomo. Back heel, trying to clean it up with Skundrich, and it's sent away.
Oh boy, Elliot Horde is right there. Bonomo leaves that ball. That's where communication has to happen. And here's a chance once again for OKC to break.
Cato is what they like to do. They're going to move Gordon back to this left side again. Here's Kyle Highland, the 26-year-old left back, who started off the season on the injury list. He is in the lineup today, but has been quiet for the most part. Ball sent in low to the foot of Gomez. Just looking to spring Bonomo forward.
See Simon Ariel, and he wants his guys to retain, hold possession, and play out of trouble, rather than try to hoof it up the field.
Sorry, dragging down Gordon. That's going to be a yellow card. Pretty easy call for Mark Allerton to make, as you see a quick step coming already from OKC. They may be down 3 goals, but they're not playing like it.
I tell you what, a lot of action here too in the first couple minutes of this second half. Not sure if Ray Sari even needs to be doing that in that position in the pitch. So he had a couple bodies behind him covering.
And Alexei Posadi has a pretty solid right foot in a good position like this. And with the athletic ability of Deshaun Brown, always a dangerous threat in these set pieces like this. Sacramento does not want to concede anything easy here. Heading to the north end of the field. Bassetti lobs one back post to the head of Tainter, still in dangerous territory. Cameron Iwasa. Bassetti and Horde. Get Into Cato. Cato, pretty decent ball in. And out of the gate, how will the Republic respond after scoring 4 goals and a half? They've only done that once better, and that was 5 goals and a half. And that was down in Orange County when they were known as the Blues. And it was a hat trick at the time by Tommy Stewart, a 6-1 victory. That came back on August 17th, 2014, the first year of this club. But one of the most magical halves we've seen in a Republic club perform ever, just happening minutes ago. Smile Generation bringing you this corner kick. Elliott Horde over it, the 48th minute. Up high, looking for Bonomo. Punched away by Bayer. Skundrich sent it right back into the mixer. On the turf, flag stays down to follow up, and it's saved off of Williams. Pleading for a handball, will not get it, and Sorry will retain control. Great possession by Sacramento on the corner kick.
A really good job. I think the Republic folks are shouting for a handball.
Garcia, Busetti, Brown sends it back. Back to Garcia, the lone goal for OKC today. Squares it. Sent to Kyle Highland. All-time leader in appearances for OKC with 81. Here's Bonomo looking for some help.
Well done. Good decisions.
And there's, at times, you see Simon Elliott, he gets frustrated. I think there's a reminder, too, that many on this Republic side are still under the age of 25. So you're going to have these type of mistakes.
It's a great block. Get a good look. It looks like Kyle Highland in there. Not sure if it was his arm. Probably the right call.
Cato plays to Brown. Brown moving forward, looking to get in his space. Hansopoulos keyed up on that matchup in the pregame today. And Hansopoulos so far getting the better of Deshaun Brown, who has been quieted here at Papa Murphy's Park.
Sam Warner's got to hold that ball.
Gordon marking is Tainter, goes for the first fake.
But this is what I think Simon's visibly frustrated down there. I think he needs to calm everyone down a little bit, but still, I think he's got a good point where, I mean, you've got Mitchell Tainter's got a couple silly turnovers back to back. You got a chance just before this where Sam Warner's got the ball at his feet. It's a silly turnover, and once again, your team's under pressure. You got a 1v1 situation on the box with Mitchell Tainter running up against Omar Gordon. You know, a lot of bad things can happen just off these little giveaways where we talked about earlier. You got to value that ball, value the possession.
Ross to Highland. Ibiaga. Williams, OKC, trying to play their way back into this one. Still plenty of time. Sacramento trying to close the door. Skundrich.
That's another silly. That's just lazy. Just sticking his foot in there. You got to work your feet, move your feet.
And here is a substitution coming. And it's Jaime Villarreal. So Jaime Villarreal with that injury in August of last year. Ended up breaking his foot. Was out for the rest of the season. Has worked his way back in here now.
Interesting.
He's coming on as a substitution.
Interesting substitution. I mean, you're like for like here. I don't think anything's going to happen in terms of like formation shift, but odd time, you know, 6 minutes into the first half, or into the second half, excuse me. Obviously, we saw Simon down there visibly upset.
And so Ray Sorry out of this match. And Jaime Villarreal will get his most significant minutes of the season. And here's a key moment for OKC in the 52nd minute. Each team has now done one substitution of the day. Back post looking for a dangerous ball, just cleared it over the bar by inches. That misses. A goal to have been Caleb Ross to make this a 4-2 game. But Josh Cohen in Sacramento Republic. I think they're pretty lucky that one did not find the back corner.
They're breathing more than a sigh of relief right now. A lot of issues going on. Once again, I think it's just this comes from a silly set piece outside the box, and you got a wide open Colin Ross on that back post. And I don't think that misses by much, maybe by a foot or two over the crossbar. Sacramento's got to tighten this up.
Bonomo banging in Ibiaga. Tiba Harris finding Bassetti. Bassetti going to play it in a space for Gordon. Conceding a throw will be Shannon Gomez. Gomez started 33 of 34 games and appeared in all 34 for the Republic a season ago. Was brought over from NYCFC after 2 seasons in New York. A deep throw coming. Williams, and it's out of play. So Gordon can't make good on what they're attacking.
Threw the ball out of bounds.
Pretty much.
It's going to be frustrating if you're the Steve Cook over there. You got your long throw set up, Omar Gordon. And he throws it out of bounds.
It's the wind. I don't care what it is, I would blame it on the wind.
Sure.
Again, Bonomo, good back to goal play.
Very good, strong. I think he's stronger than I anticipated or thought when we first saw him, but seeing him in the last couple of weeks playing in these games, I'd love to see him get on the score sheet.
And say, be rewarded for it, right?
Yeah, get yourself on the score sheet now.
Hansapolos, Warner, and Iwasa, the only 3 Republic players with goals. However, Iwasa has 4 of them. High boot coming from Ross, able to control it, and Horde and Tainer not able to connect there. We'll download the official Republic FC mobile app and stay up to date with the latest club news and offers. The app allows you access to your tickets on the go and navigate match day from the palm of your hand. Download the app today on iTunes or Google Play. Have you downloaded the app yet, Kevin?
Absolutely.
They've got the highlights on there. I think it's great.
Big app guy.
Big app. sit and drink your coffee and look at apps. Cordell Cato looking to get a step, and Cato still applying pressure, and there's the veteran move from Declan Kanan. Cool.
Great
in
turn.
That final third.
What a turn.
Now Iwasa. It's to Horde.
That's such a big turn by Cam Iwasa. I mean, it's one touch. It's a half a second you're saving as opposed to bringing the ball down, then taking the turn.
And Iwasa slipped up on the turf there. Wasn't quite sure what to do with it. Gordon moving along that right flank. Trying to connect with Brown. Give credit to Shannon Gomez. He has played it well all afternoon.
I tell you, he's such a hard player to get around and beat. He doesn't stop. And Deshaun Brown, I mean, what he uses, Deshaun Brown, Omar Gordon right there. Those guys use pace. And Shannon's got plenty of that to battle with anybody.
Alexi Bassetti. A lot of jostling in the box. Bassetti with an outswinger. Opportunity in the mixer, and it's a save by Josh Cohen. A dangerous ball for Republic, and Cohen comes away with it.
Once again, I mean, this is very alarming. Why do we have Christian Ibiaga wide open? Once again, Sacramento's bailed out. That's 2 chances in probably 5 minutes where OKC should have 2 goals, and Ibiaga can't connect well with that header. But anything other than that, just a simple redirection to the far post, that should be in the back of the net 9 times out of 10. Sacramento bailed out again.
Josh Cohen has conceded a goal in each of the first 2 matches, has given up 1 here today, and a beautiful strike. Now this one's going to go back post, looking for Elliot Horde. Elliot's going to try to play it right back into Iwasa. High kick, here's Bonomo, goes up, it's still up for grabs, as Byers can't bring it in.
Yeah, foul there on Bonomo. Might have been on Ibiaga coming out clearing the ball. Looks like Bonomo just got him on the heels, clipped him a little bit.
Ibiaga holding that right ankle. But tell you what, Byers has had a little bit of an issue holding on to the ball today.
Yeah, it's a tough one for Byers. I mean, if he's trying to come out there and catch it, I think it's the wrong decision. He needs to come out there with 2 fists and try to just punch it out.
And substitution, this is the second of the day for Oklahoma City as Alexi Bossetti comes out and Marco Bustos is in. The 23-year-old Canadian goes into the midfield.
And here he is, Byers coming out. You see him right there, just can't get his hands on it. But still, good job by Sacramento, I think, doing a good job pressing. That's where that chance comes from, a good step at the right time.
Gordon is still down after colliding with Hatsopoulos.
Keep an eye on Bustos, by the way. Marco Bustos just coming in from Vancouver. Only been at OKC for a couple weeks now, I believe, but a good quality, very good tactically on the ball, and a creative player.
Still young. Came on as a substitute in the first 2 matches and does so here in the third. We're trying to work him into shape. Look at Warner showing some pace.
Good idea. Good idea.
They're going to still move it forward. Look at the attack from Gomez. Now it's Bonomo on that left wing. Looking for Gomez and a little bit of space and curls away. Love to see when Gomez, working so hard on defensive end, now in the final third, mix it up on the attack as well. Bonomo showing his skill. He's going to send it across. It's Iwasa being held. Horde looks to turn it around. Now Horde's going to give it a ride. Deflected. Horde, and he's being held in the box. And the crowd is upset, and rightfully so, is Mark Allerton refuses to blow his whistle as Cameron Wassa is dropped down to 6.
Everybody in the stadium saw the penalty. Everybody except the referee. That is absolutely unreal. 12,000 people saw it. Rob, what in the world?
Take another look at this, and a lot happening as Horde figured he'd give it a strike. Well, it went off the back of an OKC backline player, and then Cameron Wassa was right there.
It's just a good strike. It's a good job by Elliot Horde. Gets a cut here, and watch Cam Wassa on the backside, just out of frame, but gets pulled by Atiba Harris.
Back in, Sacramento tried to head it down.
I tell you what, blown away. Every person in the stadium saw it. Darn near everybody, Rob, except the one guy that matters in that situation. That's just poor placement. Mark Allerton, in my opinion, poor positioning for him not to be able to see it.
So Cameron Wassa will not step up for his 3rd PK of the season. Or he does have 2 on the year. Does have a hat trick if you've tuned in late. Scored the 16th, the 21st, and 27th. Fastest hat trick in Republic history. As Tommy Stewart did in a 28-minute span. Played it flat, and it was Ibiaga there.
Bonomo's look pretty sharp here. I like to see Bonomo find himself on the ball as much as he can. Decision-wise, he's done a good job.
There's that hard angling ball that Tainer usually delivers so well his own. Gets tripped up, backed up, now Busto. Gordon has moved to this left side to try to take advantage. Hatsopoulos just with a toe on it.
It's a good ball by Sacramento. That's a really difficult ball for Mitchell Tainer to deal with. But he does a good job. Him and his fellow defender, Hatsopoulos.
I'll tell you what, that back line today with Gomez, Kanan, Hatsopoulos, and Tainer, they have not seen a trio this good. Brown, Cato, and Gordon on the year, and they've played it spectacularly.
They've done a great job. I mean, really, the only chance, maybe a couple half chances here. Obviously, the goal off a silly turnover by finished by Rafael Garcia.
Skundrich, who squared it just a bit too much, and Deco Kanan couldn't get there in time to save the day. But that's about it. I mean, it has been all Sacramento here at home in week 3. And another mistake, OKC, and the crowd enjoys it. Registration now open for upcoming Republic FC camps and clinics. Players of all ages and abilities can experience a fun and professional environment of top-notch soccer while learning individual skills and techniques. Visit SacRepublicFC.com. Garcia, who has the lone goal today for OKC, has moved back as Bustos has moved forward. Trying to get more into the attack as Boselli was not able to make something happen for OKC in that role. He was so good in those first 2 weeks for OKC. Gordon and Brown were an extremely difficult duo to handle for any side. As Sacramento has done pretty well, and so much that Gomez has done such a good job on Gordon today. You've noticed he's switched to the other side of the field here to try to get something to happen.
Yeah, they've been flip-flopping a little bit. Did a little in the first half, trying to find something that's effective, that works, and just time and time again been shut down.
Bustos to throw. Quickly back into Cato. It's Gomez. Hip check. Boston. Gordon looking to turn infield. Straight ahead with a nice move. Hansa pulls, goes down the ground, able to pick up the block. Cato trying to find some help. Williams comes in. Headed Bustos trying to go over the top, and it's into the Tower Bridge Battalion.
That comes from the only thing bad I'm going to say or have said so far is Kamawasa loses the ball in a really dangerous position. A good step actually by, looked like I think Callum Ross does a good job. And obviously Marco Bustos trying to do the unthinkable with a bit of a scissor kick there. Giveaway here. A little bit of wind dealing with here. Favoring OKC, hurting Sacramento.
See, I'm telling you, anytime there's an excuse for a bad play, you just call the win.
Great
Look
stat.
at this takeaway from Bonomo. Bonomo's going to play it up for Horde. Horde's going to send it down low to Iwasa, and Iwasa may have been held a bit by Atiba Harris, and couldn't come under control enough to square one toward net.
I would have liked to see Elliot Horde maybe take another touch right there and let things materialize. He does the only thing he could do in that situation, which is zip a ball into Kamawasa, and it would take Cam to do something absolutely magical to keep the ball and try to put something on target. Still a good step by Bonomo, making it really difficult for those center backs here today.
We have to think that Cameron Iwasa is in the conversation for Player of the Week after his performance this afternoon. A hat trick in the first half. Sam Warner with the 4th goal.
25 minutes to go, Rob. 25 minutes to go. Easy.
Garcia to Ibiaga. Highland to Gordon. It's been OKC who's owned the possession percentage here this second half. Skundrich.
Ball.
Beautiful laid ball to Cameron Iwasa. Iwasa has Warner on the weak side. Will keep it strong side to Horde. Jaime Villarreal calling for it. Came on as a substitute about 10 minutes ago, and he is yet to be in the mix.
I would love to see Kamawasa try to square up. Might have Ibiaga as he's running through. Actually, might have been Atiba Harris, excuse me. I'd like to see him square him up and try to take him on 1v1.
Bonomo and undercut Callum Ross there. Final substitution here for OKC as Christian Isley, the former Sacramento Republic striker, will come into this match, and they're going to replace offense with defense. So Highland is out, and the Orlando striker, who spent 1 year in a Sacramento Republic uniform with 5 goals and 3 assists in the game for the very first time, has now been used as a sub in 3 consecutive matches. Byers sending a deep ball, trying to get into the 18. Iwasa.
Clearly OKC, Rob's going to that 3 in the back sort of formation with that substitution. Isley going up top. Just put the pressure on, get your lines up. One thing I'm gathering here, Rob, is just looking at Simon Elliott's demeanor down here on the sideline. I mean, he clearly wants his guys to keep the ball. You know, anytime there's a bad giveaway, a bad turnover, or a ball just hoofed up the field, you see Simon look very adamantly gesturing. Oh, that's a great ball.
He has not sat down once. Elliot Horde trying to beat out Williams.
Go, go, go.
Byers.
So it's interesting, I think, even after talking to Simon earlier this week, what he brought up to us was, you know, he wants these guys to value possession more, and I think he's just harking on that even more here today. And I agree with him right now. You have 4-1. They can't score when you have the ball. Almost battling again, man. Heard that contact up here.
And Gordon is not the smallest of guys on the pitch, that's for sure.
Too much space.
Over the top again, getting a foot race, not what you want to do. And now it's Gordon getting behind Tainter, and it takes a small deflection. It allows Cohen to gobble it up, so it remains 4-1.
So that's right there. From the start, Rafael Garcia cannot have that amount of time on the ball to take 2 or 3 touches, get his head up, and just pick a pass. Especially when we got the pace of these guys with your Omar Gordon, Deshaun Browns, and Cordell Cato.
Here to Hort, moving forward. Hort tried to send it cross field and may have been a handball. Said he tucked it in. I think it may have slapped him in the side of the face.
And call a handball here. I mean, he's arguing.
Either way, it sets up a free kick for Sacramento.
This is that position we talk about a lot, Rob. You're a little bit close, but you are kind of tucked away from that middle of the field. Look here, I mean.
And a yellow card coming to Rafa Garcia.
He's not happy with this call. Still think that call goes either way. But an opportunity right here. I mean, you got the wind that's kind of helping you out into the wind, meaning that it's going to move more than it typically would.
And without Sorry now, maybe Jaime Villarreal with the left foot.
You know, we saw last week Hansapolos over the ball on a set piece. He just missed wide, I believe, if I remember correctly. But also Sam Warner. I like the left-footed player from this angle. Just try to tuck into that near post, right above where Byers is standing right now. Tell you what, the wind also. Hansapolos can hit that same ball, just obviously a different trajectory. But I like this. I like the positioning of this, Rob. If you're one of these guys standing over the ball, you got to feel comfortable. You can hit it pretty hard and still has time to get down under that crossbar.
Bonomo hanging out on the wall as well. 5 nervous OKC players with Hansapolos. Somebody takes it to the face. It may have been Ibiaga, but Sacramento not quite done yet.
He just missed that again. Hansapolos did. Great strike.
Hort able to volley it down, looking for Iwasa. Pretty decent ball. Garcia came back to play it. Hansapolos causing some fits for Williams. Nice headed down here by Hort. Werner wasn't ready, and Garcia steps.
Yeah, that's bad by Warner. Warner's got to value, once you get value the ball there, got to make sure you retain possession. But what a strike there by Hansapolos. I think we saw last week he did something similar, just missed. And that doesn't miss by much. If it's a little bit higher, I think he's got that near post picked out. And he's got Byers beat as well.
Garcia looks to switch the field. Gordon runs the other side as well. And Warner, did he keep it in play? And Allerton says no, and so they'll throw for OKC here in the 71st minute. The visitors down by 3 goals. A Cameron Iwasa hat trick. Sam Warner added another just before the whistle blew at the half. Garcia with the lone goal for OKC. His first on the year. Ross, too much space for Bustos. Jaime Villarreal and Skundrich have to get on the same page as Cato is able to sneak behind. Too much time for possession here for OKC. A back heel could have been dangerous. And Josh Cohen able to snag it up. But again, Kevin, there you're seeing it's not the play where you're going to score a goal from maybe 30 yards out, but it's too much space to dictate what you want to do with it.
Yeah, you got to have someone. You got to have someone putting pressure on whomever's got the ball. Can't allow them just a free look, take a touch or two, and pick your pass. To force them to make a decision.
Hort,
well done.
being trapped, gets out of it. Hort's going to send a cross in, back post. There's Warner waiting. Brings it down, one volley, a second touch just across the face.
Oh, that's a great look there for Sam Warner. That ball's in the air for so long, you're licking your chops. That's a great first touch. I tell you what, that's his last kick of the game too, Rob. So we see a substitution. But a good look in that final strike just lets him down a little bit. I love the first touch though.
Sam Warner is going to get an ovation from this crowd today, and he is quickly going to become a fan favorite. The effort that this guy puts in each and every minute he's out on the pitch. But coming in, it's good to see, it's Villian Bajev, who'd been dealing with a hamstring issue. There was questions whether he'd be in the 18 today. Either way, they knew they were going to limit his minutes, and this may be a perfect time. There's about 18 minutes to go. Maybe Simon Elliott wants to see one of his most productive players get some minutes and get his wind back underneath him here for the first part of this season. Callum Ross just along that touch line out of play, and it will be a goal kick for Josh Cohen. So Iwasa, Bonomo, Skundrick, Bijev, Villarreal, Horde, and in the back, Tainter, Hansopoulos, Kanan Gomez, and of course, Josh Cohen. Republic have used 2 substitutions, and Mark Allerton is going to give Josh Cohen a warning to not do that again and waste some time. Meanwhile, for OKC, they have used all 3 substitutions. Bonoma and Atiba Harris all afternoon. Those guys have been going at it. Cato and Horde. Skundrich showing his skill. Jinxed him.
It's unlucky there.
Join in the pre-match fun and reserve your spot in Tailgate with Republic FC. Tailgate is brought to you by Rayleigh's Tailgate Zone. It opens 2 hours before kickoff and located right outside the entrance of Papa Murphy's Park. All you have to do is visit sacrepublicfc.com for your reservations. Spots do fill up. They have all the tailgating information there for you. What a great opportunity this year to have the tailgating zone, something they hadn't been able to do in the last 5 years. So pretty fun. Hopefully we'll get invited to a few.
Hopefully.
Still waiting for our New Glory beer, by the way, Kevin.
New Glory beer, yeah, man.
I'm gonna write a letter.
Nice afternoon like this.
Yeah, you would think. Williams working his way. Bustos. Cutting it back in. Opportunity for OKC trying to inch their way back into it. About 15 minutes remain here. Papa Murphy's Park. Back post service. Bajev. Gordon. Former San Antonio striker. Bustos playing it wide. Gordon again. There's too much time on the ball for OKC. Defending it well this time, however. Sacramento. And look at the engine of Stefano Bonomo. For 90 minutes this guy goes. Bustos. It's been a game changer with Bustos in. He's been able to do a lot more, and that is not one that Deshaun Brown's going to put on his highlight reels. He shanks it into the stands. Big day for the Republic, 4-1 in the Fan Fest yesterday with season ticket holders. Had a chance to interview Simon Elliott and Todd Donovan on stage, and we brought up the fact, Kevin, sometimes, we've seen some incredible celebrations after a goal scored. Sometimes they're not so great. Some of the greats come to mind is Wilson Nishaw, the arch, pulling back the bow and shooting the arrow. And then you've seen Cameron Watson, we've seen backflips.
Cam had a backflip today.
Did you get one today?
He might have had a backflip today. Check the stats,
We'll
see if our stats are statisticians are tracking the celebrations.
So we brought up with Simon, and I said, some of these guys have some really good celebrations, some don't. And so he said, well, I think then we should start instituting a 5 to 10 minutes at the end of training to practice some goal celebrations. And the crowd absolutely went crazy. And
give the fans what they want, Simon.
I don't know how many clubs that immediately you could have that kind of impact on a coach and team and see it the next day. So, and a big collision out in the open field, and it's going to be a foul against OKC as Bonomo goes down. And so it looks like we do have the table. So you're right, Kevin.
pretty athletic.
That's
pretty
good.
athletic.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. See if he does that when he's our age, right?
Right.
So let's see. Maybe that was one that he wants to practice. Who knows? But I'd like to see more creativity this year, and I'm going to take all the credit.
Let's challenge
if we
these
see it.
players. Let's challenge them. Let's push them to the next level.
Push them to the next level. All right.
Give the fans what they want.
You had the Tiger Woods fist pump going on your goal.
I blacked out every time I scored. It didn't happen very often, and those are very great memories. Like you just do what you do.
Villarreal. It was Deckel Kanan on the end of that one. Ball sent right back into the mixer. It's Iwasa on the backside, and may have been off the chest of Isley.
I'd like to see Cam take that ball off his chest. He's got Isley fully committed.
So we will see soon enough, Kevin, whether or not more creativity in the post-goal celebration will be coming our way here in 2019. Here's Horde, laying it for Ross. Isley playing up forward. Bustos. Little chip, looking for Brown.
Well
Good
done.
defending
Well done by
Kanan.
Deckel.
Well, who's up, who's down? Where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. So this is the first game for Christian Isley back here at Papa Murphy's Park since signing with OKC in the offseason. Interesting enough, it was not too long ago with Harris Hansopoulos and Christian Isley both playing in Finland together with Yaro. Back here today, and a whistle blows and takes away the advantage for Sacramento. And Cameron Iwasa is absolutely beside himself as he had a break for goal against Brian Byers. May have been a 1v1 situation.
Mark Allerton's had better halves, I'd say that much.
Let's take. Man, I don't even know if there was a foul there at all. Maybe the worst part of it. Horde and Villarreal. Jaime Villarreal coming from Los Dos. The offseason 2018. Miss hit there. You don't want that one back.
That's called a counterattack ball, Rob.
Isley just fell over it, and Hansopoulos sends it deep, or no, excuse me, Skundrich sends it deep, and Skundrich will now earn a yellow card for his activity.
Struggling. He's struggling today, guys. God, he's out ahead of his skis.
Sunday afternoon. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon sometimes. Maybe it's time to go home early. Missed a potential call against Cameron Iwasa, who was drugged down to the box.
A couple Advil
Foul
call
here.
tonight, buddy.
It's still early in the afternoon, Kevin. Depends on when you start drinking, I guess. Gordon, little quick touch. Dangerous play from Bustos. He just sent it wide.
Not sure how much that missed by. Good strike, though. Good build-up play coming off that right side. Bustos.
Second half has really not lived up to the first half when there was 5 goals scored in a matter of 45 minutes and change there. Simon Warner was able to put it in. And look at the hold from Mikael Williams. And the foul is called on Bonomo and the bench. And Simon Elliott is just laughing as he looked at Nicolas Marin on as the 4th official here, saying, "You've got to be kidding me." And I think he said in a little bit of a different tone, but you get the hint. Tell you what, best thing is here, at least the Republic have a 3-goal cushion.
Love the confidence, too, referees, when they make mistakes like that. Just so confident pointing the wrong way.
Brown, he's been quiet today. Not been able to get that step. Gordon. His team's still trying to fight back in it, but time is running out for the visiting side. Quickly touch Bustos, and Hansopoulos snuffs it out and clears it out of play.
It's well done by Hansopoulos. Good read.
We talked about that matchup between Hansopoulos and Brown. Hansopoulos winning that consolidated communication matchup here today. Gordon. Here's Williams.
Well done.
Bonomo can't track him down.
God, he's still running full speed though. Bonomo is. Guy's fit. Rob.
It's early in the season. Well, Todd Dunham was excited to pick him up. He was a big-time player. As Cameron Wassa is whistled for a foul
He's
against
having
Williams.
one. He is having one here today, Rob.
And Wassa is probably in danger of getting a yellow card soon. He doesn't back off. Garcia's going to take this one quickly to Gordon. Angling ball. Cato. Hansapolo's battling with Garcia, and Cameron Wassa is going to send it upfield. Follow the Sacramento Republic and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. 2 million sports fans have already signed up. Have you? ESPNplus.com. Over the top. Flag stays down. Here's Brown. Brown with a screamer. And it misses. And the flag goes up just a bit late.
These
Considering
referees,
the
these
goal-
linesmen are being instructed to hold off until they're absolutely sure what's going on. But still, I mean, there's Sacramento are on their heels right now. Got to figure out a way really to play out of this, Rob. What I mean by that is you got to possess the ball, pass, work the ball side to side. And just kill the game. You got 10 minutes to go or so with extra time.
Simon Elliott's going to make his final substitution here. And it will be Tyler Blackwood to replace Stefano Bonomo, who has had one heck of a day. And we have seen him battle for 84 minutes, and the crowd is letting him hear it as well. What a day by number 29. So Tyler Blackwood comes in and has some spectacular pace. So maybe one thing here is to add a little bit of pressure. Also give Bonomo probably a break after the shift that he put in after 84 minutes, Kev. Skundrich giving chase now. Simon Elliott calling for some pressure. Gordon. It'll come all the way to Harris, who will send it to Mikael Williams. Iwasa. Crowd wants Blackwood to go. Doesn't have numbers. May have to peel off. And is trying to earn himself a corner kick. Goes down to the box. Michael Allerton, he's not going to blow the whistle. Mark Allerton is not going to do it.
Oh my goodness.
Jaime Villarreal couldn't get there in time.
Real.
Tell you what, Mark Allerton's not going to get invited to Kevin Goldthwait's birthday party this year.
Absolutely not. See, look at this. Blackwood's does a good job. He's got to find himself. There's no one in there running, making runs for him. Great touch. Gets
Set by
absolutely
Garcia.
hammered by Garcia.
Well, Gordon's moving here on the other end, being held for a moment. Deshaun Brown with a heck of a ride into the arms of Josh Cohen again.
Offside as well. Looks like Deshaun Brown is offside just a little bit once again. Sacramento gives opportunity. Take a little more time.
So if this holds, Kevin, a remarkable 30 losses, 8 draws, and not a single victory after trailing at the half for OKC in the club history. Team finished 10th last year, hoping to improve on that. They went for 43 points, which was not enough to get in that final 8. This year it would be, however, as the first 2 teams will have buys. Cordell Cato had himself a pretty good afternoon, but could not do much better as a square ball lands right to the feet of Bajev. Shannon Brown. Excuse me, Shannon Gomez. Full highlights coming up after the game here. Relive the magical day of Cameron Iwasa, who scored a hat trick in the first half. Sam Warner adding his first goal as a member of the Sacramento Republic. You know what I love seeing about these afternoon matches here, and I hope that we do more of these in the future. We do have one coming up in the fall, is the number of younger kids, really under the age of 6 or 7, that are able to attend. Into Cameron Iwasa. Is he onside? Flag stays down. Up over the top, looking for Blackwood. Williams is there to break it up.
Still don't mind that from Cam.
Blackwood holding, follow up. Horde is deflected.
But what we see with Cam right now, what I've seen all afternoon, even the last couple of games, he just looks like he's got that quarter of a second little extra breath to calm himself to make the right decision. You see some guys just get in that panic mode where they just, you know, get the ball off my foot. I got to make a decision, Like Cam's able to kind of gather himself for that, you know, blink of that fraction of a second, however long it is. And it allows you to make the right decision. And technically, too, it makes you a little bit more able to execute that technique.
Brown working on Horde. Send it across.
Good clearance.
Bajev brings it down. Step from Brown as he continues to fight. Blackwood has such great pace. It's just not in his nature to just completely slow it up, but that's exactly what he'd be asked to do here in the corner. And as a veteran player, he's going to try to work to keep possession, and it stays right along that end line. But it's fun seeing this, you know, a 2 o'clock start. You know, some of the later games, you can't get home when you have young kids. I know you have some of your kids, I think both kids out today.
Yeah, both kids out today. I mean, the 7:30 games are tough for them, but yeah, so I completely agree. I love these afternoon games. Gives my family an opportunity to come out and take a look and watch the game and experience it.
And you're building future Republic fans that way. Tower Bridge Battalion still chanting loud for the crowd to hear here and continue to support this club for the full 90 plus. Back to goal, looking for Cato. Bajev. And we'll have 3 minutes of stoppage time, brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards Program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleigh's.com. Iwasa, can he keep it in play? And he does, moving forward. Blackwood's calling for it just above. He's got Gomez to his right. Gonna leave it for Gomez. Gomez has a little bit of room back to Iwasa, and it's Iwasa who's offside. Not quite sure what the thought process there was, Kevin.
So what I just brought up, I think Shannon Gomez is the one guy. He gets in that position, he just can't calm himself just enough to make the right decision. And you see it just turns into a bit of a panic where he's, you know, get rid of the ball, get off my foot. And you can clearly see, if you take that little breath, you can see Cam Iwasa's offside. But it's way easier said than done. Like I'm a defender by trade, so like my panic button gets hit pretty quick when I'm in the box attacking.
It's easier on set pieces, right? You just have to head downfield, try to get your head on it, see what happens. And I'd like to see more of Shannon Gomez in that final third in that attack. I think Todd Dunovit was something that he wanted to see more from Gomez, was see him get more into the attacking third, see if he could send more quality crosses in. And then I guess for a delay, Tyler Blackwood is given a yellow card in that moment. So all the yellow cards handed out here in the second half as well, as Mark Allerton is none too pleased with what has transpired here in the last 45 minutes of this game. Bajev's got nothing but space. He's got Horde to his right. He's going to give it a go, and nearly got it by Byers for the game's 5th goal. And it was Byers who got a mid on it and keeps it 4-1.
It looked like the ball had a bit of movement on it too. Hit really well. Good pace by Bajev. You see like just a quick one step. Doesn't take a big wind up on it.
That would have been a nice welcome back after injury.
Yeah, but a good save too by Brian Bears. taking a look at it. Just gets his head up, puts the laces through the back of the ball.
I think that's played a little to Byers' right, and that might be a goal. Smile Generation bringing this corner kick that will be a short one for Sacramento. Ford. OKC ball. Sacramento opened the season with a draw against the Real Monarchs here on a very cold and rainy night. And they went on the road in another match where there was snow surrounding the stadium at Colorado Springs and earned 3 points there and a 1-0 victory. Here today, they have been fantastic. 4-1 advantage here in the final minutes. Against an OKC side that started the season with 6 points after going 2-0. But this third week for the visiting side, not been kind to them. It'll be a long trip home to the middle of the country. And that's the final whistle from Mark Allerton. And the crowd stands up and shows their appreciation for the effort here today. What a fun one it was. Cameron Iwasa was absolutely brilliant, and the rest of the Republic's backline stepped up as well, and they take down a very tough OKC side, winning this one 4-1. Well, your full highlights coming up after the break. And it's that man who will earn his paycheck today. Cameron Iwasa, an absolute brilliant performance. The crowd was into it on a gorgeous day here in Sacramento. Don't go away. Post-game show coming up next. What a fun Sunday afternoon in the city of Sacramento as the Republic put the hurt on the Energy, winning this one 4-1. Let's take a look at how it all went down. Brought to you by NorCal Honda with your full-time highlights. And early on, it was the local product, Cameron Iwasa, just getting it done. Didn't seem like he was going to try to do much, and then all of a sudden, he saw just a sliver of an opening, took advantage, game's first goal in the 16th minute.
Yeah, great shot, caught in the near post. Byers got to do better, but still, wonderful job by Cam Iwasa. Great cutback. And look at that touch right there by Bonombo, by the way. And the wherewithal to get back up and try to win the ball again, and earns that penalty kick. And Cam Iwasa, cool as you like, just passes it in the back of the net.
2 for 2 on PK so far on the year, and that was not the end of it for Cameron Iwasa. A beautiful service in from Mitchell Tainter, and Iwasa, one touch, found the back post, and it's now 3-0 Republic with 27 minutes into the game.
I got that hat trick, wonderful finish. Nice and simple. And obviously the one turnover here in that first half, and actually a great strike. Great strike by Garcia.
The ball just S-ing its way into that back net. But then stoppage time, first half, Sam Warner not quite done with a deadly strike of his own, takes the deflection right off of Williams, and it's into the back of the net. And what a tough day for Brian Byers. 4 goals allowed in the first half. It would go 4-1 into the break. And I'll tell you what, that's all the Republic would need, and this one ends 4-1. And the Stanford product had a good day. For the Republic, they were on their front studs, creating great opportunities. Really the best we've seen them all season long. And yes, you say the 4 goals, but overall as a team, they look to have an extra kind of kick in their step today.
Yeah, completely agree. They looked really sharp, really crisp today. Whatever Simon and staff did this week to get these guys prepped, they did a great job. I'll tell you what, game's over, 3 points in your pocket. Focus on next week.
Final stats powered by Smud, 4 goals, 1 against. That's all that matters, as we saw. Let's take a look now at our Papa Murphy's man of the match. I think it's a pretty easy one, Kevin Goldthwait.
I don't know. Maybe the guy who had the hat trick? Yeah, Cam Iwasa. Wonderful performance tonight. I think he did a lot of things, scored the goals, obviously, which is great, but I think he did a really good job at back-to-goal play, kept possession, helped teammates out around him, spun off of himself, able to get himself in the box when he sprays the ball wide. Gets rewarded for it on a couple goals, but just great night, great afternoon by Cam Iwasa.
And it's all hugs, and it's easy to love each other when you're winning like this. It's Absolutely. Our Zoom image of the match, brought to you by Zoom Imaging Solutions. Cameron Iwasa, what a day for the Jesuit High School alum, UC Irvine alum, and the local kid having a good day, and that means the rest of the fans had a good day as well. Great day. Thanks for everyone for tuning in on this Sunday afternoon. We appreciate you joining us, for our entire crew behind the scenes. Thank you for watching us here. He's Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister. We'll see you against the Austin Bold here on April 6th. Make sure you come out here to Papa Murphy's Park. It is a fun and electric atmosphere that you just don't want to miss. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.